Yes, that's right. It's the end of another week, and we're looking at Psalm 36. One of the most troubling problems that people have in trying to make sense of this world is to deal with the existence of evil and suffering. And I think the answer lies around the fact that human beings have the ability to make choices, and the fact is that we often choose evil. In other words, we choose to do something even if it's going to hurt somebody else. David pondered the reality of evil in the world, and he praised God's character. Then he prayed that God would protect him from evil and eventually judge the wicked. He solved the perplexing problem of evil in the world by being a worshipper, not a philosopher, and by taking personal responsibility to obey God and serve him. Warren Wiersbe says, if there were more salt and light in the world, there would be less decay and darkness in society. Well, this psalm begins in verse 1. An oracle is within my heart concerning the sinfulness of the wicked. There is no fear of God before his eyes. For in his own eyes he flatters himself too much to detect or hate his sin. The words of his mouth are wicked and deceitful. He has ceased to be wise and to do good. Even on his bed he plots evil. He commits himself to a sinful course and does not reject what is wrong. Sin deceives us and flatters us, giving us the false assurance that our rebellion will go unpunished. Listen to your heart, the world tells us. But the world forgets that our heart is deceitful. Of course, the sinner's self-confident arrogance brings tragic consequences, starting with an absence of fear for God. And when we don't fear God, we flatter ourselves, and that flattery gives us more confidence to sin. We don't really see ourselves as the Lord sees us, and we're blind to our own sins and what they do to us. This kind of person doesn't hate sin or reject it, but finds delight in doing it. When they lose the fear of God, they start to lose everything else that is important to good character and conduct. Out of a sinful heart comes sinful words and sinful deeds. Instead of acting wisely, they set themselves and are determined to do evil. They don't meditate on God's truth while they're in bed, but instead they devise evil schemes. They can't relax and go to sleep until they've hatched a new plot. The corrupt heart has produced a defiled conscience, a confused mind, and a perverted will. David continues in verse 5. Your love, O Lord, reaches to the heavens, your faithfulness to the skies. Your righteousness is like the mighty mountains, your justice like the great deep. O Lord, you preserve both man and beast. How priceless is your unfailing love. Both high and low among men find refuge in the shadow of your wings. They feast on the abundance of your house. You give them drink from your river of delights. In contrast to evil people and their wicked plots that end in failure, God will triumph. He is faithful, righteous, and just. His love is vast as the heavens, and his faithfulness reaches beyond the clouds. He is righteous as solid as mighty mountains, and his judgments are full of wisdom. We need not fear evil because we know that God loves us, he judges evil, and he will care for us through eternity. Evil and suffering remain a problem for us, but the bottom line is found in verse 7. How priceless is your unfailing love. We can have confidence in God's love and know that his judgment will be just and be good for us. Have a great weekend. Hope to see you Sunday morning. If not, I hope you see me on the live stream. Bye for now.